You found us.
Welcome to Emergency Protocol, a podcast for people who are stressy and depressy.
We are your hosts,
Denise
and Jackie Freed. That's my mama.
And that's my baby.
We are sharing our 12 steps reimagined for today's society.
And our bumpy, pothole-ridden spiritual paths.
And we're bringing you along for the ride.
This is us doing the actual work.
When the shit hits the fan, you know it's time for Emergency Protocol.
Hi.
All right. Hello.
Look at you with your Vava, voom.
Not only
Love is in the air.
Yes, and I have all the accessories on today because it is hybrid Mardi Gras Valentine's Day. Who knew?
Who knew St. Louis had such a affinity for both of these things?
Yes.
But tell me more about Mardi Gras in St. Louis.
Apparently, it's a big thing. We have like the fifth largest in the country. We're tied for fifth largest in the country. And there's a big parade and it's happening rain or shine because it's raining today. Yeah, it seems like fun. I think it happens in one neighborhood, Soulard, and I think the residents of Soulard have mixed feelings about it because I'm sure there's just tons of trash. But it looks like, I mean, there were tons of porta potties and dumpsters, and it seemed like people weren't really just throwing trash around that I could see. So fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. We'll see as the day progresses and the drinks keep flowing how that ends up.
Yeah. But it's also nice to just be like, so I feel like it's one of those things that like taps into like my inner child, right? Because people are like, you know, obviously New Orleans and beads are associated, and like Mardi Gras are associated with like flashing people your titties. And like, I'm sure somebody's doing that here, but also there's just that like childhood excitement of like a float going by and them throwing beads and trying to catch it and seeing all these like grown adults jumping for them and smiling and laughing. It's kind of fun to just, tap into that energy.
To be silly.
Yeah.
Allow for...
publicly silly. And
Yes.
We're all tapping in to the same extent pretty much. So
I love it. Mm-hmm. And you're cozied up with your Valentine's gift that I sent you.
I sure am.
You know, in case you ever want to sponsor us, Lola Blankets, we're open to that.
Yes.
Someone gave me one for the holidays, and I sent one to each of my girls for Valentine's Day, and they are cozy.
Yes.
Very cozy, very soft. It's almost like you pet your blanket. It's like I find myself rubbing my hands through it often.
You're stimming with your weighted blanket?
I guess so. If I knew what stimming was, maybe I'm doing that. I don't know. I can't.
Maybe in a later episode.
I can't commit to things I don't understand. I learned that from a Frenchman once. He said something to me in French, and I was like, oui, oui. And he was like, don't ever agree to something you don't understand. And I was like, noted.
That's a good lesson.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm stimming or not.
Okay. We'll talk about that later, I guess. Anyway, it's Mardi Gras Valentine's Day. We have some hybrid things to talk about, and we're on step 12 in our meeting this week. So
yes.
That's the landscape.
That's the landscape. So one of the first things that we wanted to talk about was that we're going to be migrating emergency protocol into 12 steps for everyone and becoming more focused on that work, because that's the work that's informing all of our conversations. And so in speaking with several different people that we are working with behind the scenes and feedback that we've gotten from people that listen, we are going to move it to 12 steps for everyone. And that seems like the natural progression of this work that you and I have been doing.
Yes. Yeah, we're kind of in the next like evolution of whatever this project is. And it's Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's gone through many phases at this point, which is kind of crazy.
It is crazy. I mean, it started out
Yeah.
with me writing, thinking I was writing a book,
Mm-hmm.
reaching out to you,
Mm-hmm.
saying, I've written this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Can you connect me with your friend Kim?
Mm-hmm.
And then Kim reading what I wrote and saying, would it be crazy to bring Jackie into this, have her read what you wrote, and then record your conversations and send them to me as a transcript? And I was like, yeah, Jackie, get on the call. It's like call one. Jackie, get on the call.
Literally.
Get on the call. I know you're on your couch right now because we were just talking. Like, I know you're available.
I
So,
was.
so that those conversations happened for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then you, when we were talking about having working the 12 steps as a assist to what you
Mm-hmm.
were going through,
Mm-hmm.
you had some feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And that was,
The language didn't work for me.
yeah,
Yeah. So in our discussion around changing the language, that's how this emerged.
right. So we played with the language, softened the language,
Mm-hmm.
depatriarchied the language,
Mm-hmm.
de-religioned the language.
Mm-hmm.
And then our conversations turned into a podcast, which we
Mm-hmm.
started at your kitchen table, not kitchen table, like your
Dining
dining
table.
table, which then turned into to me remodeling our garage and turning it into a podcast studio,
Uh-huh.
which turned into a meeting room so we
Uh-huh.
could have 12-step meetings,
Mm-hmm.
which then went online because you went to grad school.
Uh-huh.
And here we are. And
Here
so
we
I think
are.
every step of the way, this step has been clear
Mm-hmm.
where we're going to take a step. And we haven't forced it. I mean, this has all been going on since 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So this is 6 years in, and we're on episode 54.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's been a crazy kind of ride,
Mm-hmm.
but great.
Yeah.
Like feels really good. And we just had our 12 step for everyone meeting this morning at 10 o'clock
Mm-hmm.
Pacific time, which anyone who's listening is welcome to join.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a sign up sheet, which we don't share your information with anybody, but you can
Mm-hmm.
go in, put your email address on, and we'll send you the link. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
few of us, and we just talk about where we're at, and it gives us a place to check in. And I can say every single week we feel better going out than we did coming in. And it's nice to
Yeah.
be able to have a place to be honest about what's going on in our lives and how we're dealing with it and share it with other people who also can share where they're at, and we can feel connected in that really human way, in a very real way. Yeah, so we're on step 12 in our 12 step for everyone meeting,
Mm-hmm.
which means that it's perfect time to go into step 1 on our next podcast, and we'll be focusing on that. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
we'll see how it you're just along for the ride with us. We'll just see where it goes.
Yes.
But that feels really good, and it feels right, and it feels timely,
Mm-hmm.
and here we are.
Here we are.
And part of it is too emergency protocol. When we were playing around with emergency protocol, the emergency protocol was like, in my mind, when your house is messy and then you get a call that people are coming over and you're like, emergency protocol, like put all this shit away. So you could
Mm-hmm.
tell, like, I don't keep my house pristine. My house is not always ready for everybody to come over at a
Mm-hmm.
moment's notice. Unlike two of my best three, actually, who have absolutely pristine, you could go over anytime and their house looks like they were ready for you to come. I am the black sheep of that little family, and my house is not like that, but
Mm.
not terrible. But you know, I got to put some stuff away before people come. So it was like that emergency protocol, like kids, throw that shit under your bed, put it in the closets, clean, 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 and then we can have
Just put
everybody
it in a trash bag.
put a trash
Just
bag,
let it go.
take it out, take it,
Yeah.
move all this shit into another room. Oh my
Yeah.
God. So, but that's not where we're at now.
True.
Where we're at now, and also when you look for emergency protocol, like if you Google emergency protocol, you get a lot of like EMT links,
Mm-hmm.
disaster relief, all kinds of like medical emergency things. And that's not what we're talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about how the 12 steps that we've rewritten can apply to anyone and
Mm-hmm.
everyone if you want them.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So we'll see what's what. We have a little different thing.
Mm-hmm.
So our website is 12 steps for
Mm-hmm.
everyone.com, and you can go in there and find the tab for meetings, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a form. You just put your name and email address in, and we'll send you the link if you want to come to our meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first part of what we wanted to talk about today.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The second part of what we want to talk about today is we have a lot of things going on in our family
Mm-hmm.
that are heavy,
Mm-hmm.
and the the least heavy one is that my mom, your grandma's moving. So that's
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's something where, you know, you grew up going to Grammy's house.
Mm-hmm.
Grammy's house has been Grammy's house.
Mm-hmm.
We literally had dinner there every Tuesday night for decades,
Every Christmas, every
every Christmas.
Thanksgiving,
Yes.
every
So
birthday.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's the house where the family gathers.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of an end of a chapter for us as a family. And that feels bittersweet, but also
Yeah.
right
Mm-hmm.
for what's going on. And, you know,
You got other family stuff
we have
too.
family with health issues. And so I've been in the hospital this week for several days. And I will say my big lesson now of being in and out of hospitals with different family members over the years
Mm-hmm.
is it's really important if you can show up to be a proxy for somebody or just to be there to help advocate for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important because, you know, there's multiple people that come in, ask questions, give opinions, say what's going on or how to do something. And
Mm-hmm.
some of those conflict with other opinions and other people that come in and other people that are walking, you know, around.
Yes.
And the patient is often not in their right mind, either because they've been given pain medications or they're just not obviously if you're in the hospital there's something going on and you're not
Mm-hmm.
completely there most
Yeah.
of the time. And I don't know how people navigate health stuff alone because, you know, even answering questions
Mm-hmm.
that they're asking might not be answered correctly if it's just the patient
Mm-hmm.
having to do the answers,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what other meds are you on or what other issues are you having or you know, oftentimes it'll be like nothing, I'm good. Like no, we have iron deficiency, we have da 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 da,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so it's or even, you know, ordering lunch. It's like, oh no, we're doctor said we're going in for surgery. We can't order lunch. Oh, thank you for telling me. Like what, you know, that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
so it's been a real eye opener for me
Mm-hmm.
in how important it is to have somebody else there who
Mm-hmm.
can take notes, ask questions, advocate when it feels like they're not giving you the right information or, you know,
Yes.
push a little bit back if
Mm-hmm.
it's not feeling right. And oftentimes pushing back has been the right answer. Like,
Mm.
yeah, I think you're right. We do need to do that. And I was like, you think? Like, I'm not a medical professional, but this seems pretty obvious to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, anyway. And I will
Yeah.
say, most people that I've met in the hospital are very kind and
Mm-hmm.
really exceptional people to be doing the kind of work that they do. So
Yeah.
anyway, so that's that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a death in the family this week
Mm-hmm.
on top of that, which
Mm-hmm.
is so heavy
Mm-hmm.
and unexpected and just it's just a lot. I was like, do we have to do all this in 1 week? Like what fucking stars are fucked up?
Yeah.
Like de-align yourselves, whatever's going on. This is
Yeah.
a fucking lot.
It's not even Mercury Gatorade yet. That's in like 2 weeks.
No.
Or maybe next
No.
week. Anyway.
No. But I think,
Yeah.
if we're getting woo-woo, because, I am from California, it's like, okay, the end of this Lunar New Year where it's the snake shedding stuff and going into whatever this
Mm-hmm.
fire horse Speedy Gonzalez situation
Yes.
is.
Fire horse.
And then, I also am a frequent flyer on the Chani app, which is a astrological. I don't know. I just dig this lady because I don't understand a fucking word she says about the planets, but I like her narrative of
Hmm.
how it affects things. And there's definitely some heavy things happening. I couldn't repeat what she said or even understand what she said, but the gist of it is I was like, oh, yeah, that feels
Mhm.
about right for what's going on this week here.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's hard.
Hmm.
Life feels like it's a lot.
It does. And it's also weird to feel so impacted by something not happening directly to me,
Mm,
but is really impacting people that I love and care about. And I couldn't do anything even if I was in LA. I really can't do anything here. And I also feel weird about that because I'm like, well, like I'm not the one who was in the hospital. So like, why do I feel like this? Right. But it's, I think we both recognize that it's tapping into, I don't even want to say like old wounds or past traumas, but it's just like hitting stuff that we've dealt with before again. And it feels like I feel like 2016 was a really heavy year for a lot of people, and it feels like that again this
mm,
year. I don't know why, which is weird because normally I recognize like patterns in terms of like 7 years ish.
mm-hmm.
And so for it to be like a 10-year pattern, I think is really weird and interesting. I'll have to noodle on that a little bit more before I
I'm
can.
trying to think of what I was doing in 2016. I know I moved to my new company in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, like, I love my boss, Parker. Like, thank you, Parker, for being
Thank you,
so
Parker.
kind and loving.
Yeah.
I started out the week before this week, like Thursday and Friday, had
Mm.
food poisoning. So I was sick, like your ribs hurt because you threw up so much.
Mm.
Like I just was so sick.
No.
Sunday we're in the hospital, and then or Saturday
Mm-hmm.
hospital, and then in the hospital all those days. So I was like, I need to take more time off. And I already put in time off to help mom move. And I feel really bad. And his response was one, family first. Two, you've done it. You do more than multiple people, like, or you do the work of multiple people and have for years.
Mm-hmm.
Three, please take care of yourself. Four, what can I do to help you? And
Yeah.
so I also realized like I have an unrealistic expectation that I put on myself of what a normal output is
Hmm.
for work and for life.
Yeah.
And it's realistic for me because that's what I orient myself around.
Hmm.
But it's not what everybody else does. And my therapist has said this to me too. She's like, you do the work of a lot of, and I was like, do I? Because it just feels like normal to me, right?
Hmm.
And I don't know what
Yeah.
that is, and I don't think there's anything I can do to change it, nor do I want to change it. I am who I am, and I accept that. But I realize that maybe I put unrealistic expectations of my on myself and don't give myself enough grace to step back a little bit when I need to take care of myself a little more. Like
Hmm.
I am taking care of myself, but I'm also in the midst of taking care of myself, taking care of others, right?
Hmm.
So like it doesn't all feel like self-care right
Yeah.
now. It feels like, fuck, I'm taking all this time. I should be taking it for vacation. And will I feel guilty about taking a vacation now? I don't think I will, but it still feels like that because I'm a person who doesn't want to take advantage of a situation or even a
Hmm.
even a company. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I just don't take advantage.
I mean, yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's a very American work mindset too, though.
right,
So part of it is like, this is what we understand as normal, but like, is this normal in relation to how our bodies and societies function? Like, there doesn't seem to be a lot of congruence there.
right.
So,
I will say I have been tapping into the EMDR calm, like something on calm.
EMDR?
Is it EMDR?
EMDR is different.
What
That's
is it? What is it? The one where you hear
binaural
the
beats.
binaural? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Wait, Calm app says take a deep breath is what it says right now.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It says recently played, yes, bilateral stimulation
Bilateral stimulation.
EMDR for burnout recovery.
Woof.
Woof. But the burnout recovery is not really the one I like so much. I
Oh,
like this other one that's bilateral stimulation EMDR for sleep. And
okay.
so at night or even in the morning, and it's got
Mm.
this kind of music that the other one I don't like listening to because it's not as calm music background, but
Hmm.
something about the beat going back and forth in your left and right ear,
Hmm.
I could actually feel my shoulders like
Hmm.
calm.
Okay.
And that felt really good. I was like, whoa, okay,
Hmm.
that's actually working right now.
Hmm.
So, anyway, thank you, Calm app, for helping my shoulders release from my ears this week
Hmm.
because it was a little stressful. I will say I've also gotten a lot of joy in watching the Olympics on top of
Oh,
this week. Like that's
I
been
haven't
my
done
kind
that.
of disconnect. Although
Hmm.
last night I was watching the men's skating
Hmm.
and like I had to look away. Like if somebody fell,
Hmm.
like the pain I could sense on them. I was just like, I don't know if I can watch the rest of this. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was just so heartbreaking
Hmm.
to see, like, fuck, 4 years of work, 6 hours a day, or whatever they put into this,
A lifetime,
and
probably.
they fell. It's like,
Yeah. That's what
heartbreak.
I, something's happening up there because, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but I had a hard time watching it.
Hmm. Yeah. Things feel I feel tender right now. Things feel tender.
Yeah.
That kind of taps into what I was thinking about discussing because of Valentine's Day. Maybe that's why I brought it up at therapy last week, was trying to figure out like what do I even want anything to change in terms of like my romantic life, which is right now nothing, and then what that looks like and blah blah and all the things. And I have a really hard time with rejection, and I also have a really hard time just like finding people I actually like and would consider. I think the way that my mind works is like I look for people who would be good partners, even if that's not necessarily how that's going to shake out. And I also feel like dating is kind of exhausting, going through this whole thing of like getting to know people and giving my time and my energy and spending money or not spending money, whatever it is. And I realized maybe it feels that way because I maybe give too much of myself before it's warranted.
Mm.
And so, and that also probably spills over into other parts of my life, in case that sounds familiar.
Not at all. I have no idea
Apple and tree.
no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Um,
The DNA hits hard in our
oh my
family.
God. Yeah. And so, yeah, but also finding the balance between that, right? Not over oversharing too much of like who myself, not even my, just like not, I don't know, like not pouring into something before it's ready to be poured into,
Hmm.
I guess, right? And the balance between that and also just being like the earnest, like touchy feely, like happy, excited person that I am when I do like somebody, right? Like if
Hmm.
I like somebody, I show it, I think, and I like that I show it, and I think somebody like the people would recognize, like the right people would recognize that and meet it appropriately, which is
Right.
also kind of a way to weed people out. But still, figuring out where that balance is, I think, is going to be what I'm reflecting on this
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Interesting because I led a call at work yesterday
Mm-hmm.
that has nothing to do with this, but it does have something to do with it. And it had to
Mm-hmm.
be, it was around having a standard for the fee that you charge for your work and not discounting yourself
Mm-hmm.
and not discounting your work.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's also can play into dating, right? Like not
Yeah.
discounting your standards of what you want, what kind of partner
Mm-hmm.
you want, what kind of love you want, and how it can be shown or not shown.
Mm-hmm.
And that the standard when you are in it is a filter
Yeah.
and it filters out the
Mm-hmm.
people that are not going to be a match
Yeah.
for you. And so in that way it feels very much the same thing of
Mm-hmm.
like if you have a standard for yourself, whether it's love or what you charge for your work or how you show up for people and how you expect them to show up for you,
Mm-hmm.
it is a good filter
Mm-hmm.
for who you're going to have or not have in your life.
Yeah.
And the hard part is, at least in the work part, is being willing to forego getting paid something rather than nothing
Mm-hmm.
on people that are not in alignment with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the same thing with love
Mm-hmm.
in that I'm going to forego this little bit of like, there's some coziness here
Mm-hmm.
versus not having it at all.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've
that,
already gone on 3 dates with this person or whatever. Or I've
right.
put in 10 hours. That is called the sunk cost fallacy, where you're like, well, shit, I've already put effort and time into this, so I should keep doing that because I already invested in it.
Yeah. And the body knows.
Mm-hmm.
The body knows. And then the mind tries to override it with this weird kind of logic excuses and
Yeah,
something's better than nothing. Don't
totally.
look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah.
All of the little things that, you know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
settling for less than
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, it's a very interesting It's a very interesting time. I feel like we're in this time of reckoning in
Mm-hmm.
all areas,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see what the lessons are from it
Mm-hmm.
and then move forward into a different space. And, you know,
Yeah.
I will say, bringing it back to these 12 steps,
I was just about to do that.
you were? Go ahead.
No,
Go
you
ahead.
go. Take it away, chef.
I was going to say, bringing it back to the 12 steps, even with all the uncertainty and
Mm-hmm.
the pain and the everything that is going
Mm-hmm.
on around me and in me right now, because I have a history and a knowing of being cared for by my higher power, my God, my whatever you want to call it, spirit. I know that I'll be okay no matter
Mm-hmm.
what. Like I as hard as it is,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever lessons I need to learn, I'll learn them, and I'm okay even in the uncertainty of all that is going on in my life right now. I feel
Mm-hmm.
really like I'm held,
Mm-hmm.
and I am like kind of like when you're jumping there is a note that somebody gave me when I made a move to a different company. It's a jump and the net will appear. And I feel like I just keep jumping and the net is always there, and that net is the
Mm-hmm.
higher power, and
Mm-hmm.
that am so I not only believe in it, but I
Mm-hmm.
trust that
Mm-hmm.
it's there. And I think there's
Mm-hmm.
a difference of the belief and the trust. And I really have that trust so
Mm-hmm.
ingrained in my body at this point that I'm not worrying about
Mm-hmm.
what's next, because what's next is what's next, and I'll meet it the way I meet everything, and it'll be
Yeah.
okay. So, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to read the 12th step because I don't think we didn't
Oh.
read it. We just said that we were talking about it today. So, or for those who are curious, step 12 is awaken to our higher selves. We apply this practice and share our experience, strength, and hope with others. So, I think what's like resonating for me this week is the awaken to our higher selves piece, right? Like just continuously recognizing that like the version of me that existed 3, 5, 10 years ago would have responded very differently to any of these situations that are happening. Also, like you said, like the universal mother is taking care of me. That's my higher power. And like things work out for me. Like just looking at my life and where I am and all the things that have happened, like life, things work out for me. And I can either feel icky about that or I can just like trust that things work out for myself and be appreciative and so grateful. Right. So
Yeah,
that's all I got.
I love it.
I'm
Things work out for
tired.
us. We're
Yeah.
tired, and it could be things work out and I'm tired,
And I'm fucking
right?
tired,
Things
bro.
work
Yeah.
out and I'm sad. Things work out
Yeah.
and I'm feeling grief. Things work out and I'm concerned
Mm-hmm. I'm
about,
at capacity.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so it's not one or the other. It's like
Mm-hmm.
the life and
Yes,
this
and.
and
Mm-hmm.
yes and no and.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're out there feeling the all the feels and something's like
Mm-hmm.
this is going on in your life too, you can borrow our higher powers if you don't have one for yourself, and just
Mm-hmm.
know that we are here with you
Yes.
in it,
Mm-hmm.
going through some stuff, and we'll all come out the other side together.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. Or you
that,
can make up your own.
yeah, which
Right?
I would highly recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good to have like a hire something that you get to make up for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's so it gives it you get so much agency out of it, and it's
Mm-hmm.
hard work because it's like, oh, what is this gonna be like? What is it gonna feel like? And
Mm-hmm.
if what happens if I make a higher power that's just cozy and loving and
Mm-hmm.
non-judgmental and not taking score and not gonna put me in a place I don't want to go? Is
Mm-hmm.
not gonna punish me. That only wants good. That is only here for the good.
Yeah.
It's very profound and so helpful. Like, I just can't
Yeah.
imagine not having that in my
Yeah.
life now.
Every now and then I get a little tripped up too of like, I don't think that's going to happen to me, but other people might think that's going to happen to me. And then I'm like,
Mm,
if it does happen, like if I'm wrong and they're right and that does happen, is hell or whatever going to be any worse than what I've experienced or already put myself through? And like, probably not,
right. Exactly.
you know?
Exactly.
So,
And whatever.
yeah.
I'm not even I think it's like, okay, if people want to believe what they want to believe, they can believe that. And I'm also believing that I guess it's that love is love. Like, I was listening to the telepathy tapes, and there's a lot of the episodes that I was listening to are about people who had near death experiences.
Hmm.
And every single person that had a near death experience or died and then came back all talked about it in love, and they all
Hmm.
changed in the way of love. Like, they all became
Hmm.
more sensitive and more kind, and like every single
Mm-hmm.
one was not a negative thing. It was all a positive thing. Some didn't even want to come back. They're like, this is lovely. Like, why am I going back?
Hmm.
And then on a separate note, to the Super Bowl last week and watching Bad Bunny
Mm-hmm.
being so like love, 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 and
Yes.
the pure joy and love and representation and just I watched it several times. If you haven't
Mm-hmm.
watched it, go on Apple. It was produced by Apple, and so the video recording of just the show itself is on there on Apple Music. And it was such a beautiful, I understood not a fucking word he said, but I understood that he was talking about love.
Hmm.
And I could experience the pure joy
Hmm.
of all of the people that were in there. And on a side note, LA Dodgers, Kike Hernandez was one of the Bushes.
No way. I did not know that. I love that. Oh, I feel like you can't end this episode on anything better than knowing Kike was one of the grasses. Wow.
So,
That's
so there's
amazing.
that.
There it
Just
is.
that's it. We'll end it with that.
Okay.
Love is everything.
Love is everything.
Happy Valentine's Day, even though you're going to be listening to this in March.
Later. Oh, we gotta do the thing.
Got to do the thing. The
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hmm.
All right. All right. Again, if you're not driving, close your eyes. Think about what you're grateful for and take a deep breath in and exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Drink some water. You're a
Drink some
miracle.
water. Drink some electrolytes if you observed Mardi Gras today before you
Exactly.
go to bed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Love you.
See you
Bye.
next time.
See you
Love you.
next
Bye.
time. We want to hear from you.
Find us on Instagram and TikTok at 12 Steps for Everyone. That's at the number 12 Steps for Everyone.
Please like and follow us. You can also send us topics you want us to dig into or follow-up questions from each episode.
And if you know someone who would enjoy or benefit from our conversations, please feel free to share this with them. All are welcome here.